What's good, guys? It's your boy Jakim, aka JK. Alright, today we're gonna do shadow boxing. We're gonna do a little bit of shadow boxing today, but we're gonna be focused on our defense. Alright, I want to give all glory to God, because without Him I wouldn't be doing these videos, and hopefully He continue to allow me to do these videos if it's according to His will. If it is, I'm gonna keep doing it and keep edifying for those that actually want to do boxing, want to improve. I got the videos for that pertaining to God, so hopefully I learned something from this video. But yeah, without further ado, let's hop into it. Okay, guys, so today we're going to be focused on footwork, head movement, and pivoting, alright? And a little bit of blocking, alright? So let's get into it. Slip, right? On back, defense, pivoting, alright? Roll, alright? You're seeing those punches coming, right? If it's a hook, make sure you can either roll under it, but I don't suggest that. But if you have fast and timing, do it. Alright, but if it's like mainly like a hook, alright, like this, okay? If it's like straights, roll, right? Or sometimes you want to mix it up, alright? Okay? Use your lateral movement, right? Hit footwork. Lateral. See what I'm saying? It's like you dancing, like salsa. You know what I mean? Salsa. Moving, right? Moving to each direction. That way you won't get hit. Defense. Alright, protect the body. Alright? Pivoting. Alright? Pivoting. Okay? This is going to focus on your mobility. It's going to focus straight on your mobility, so make sure you guys are pivoting and make sure you're getting off those punches, right? You also want to keep your distance, right? You want to move. There you go. Move. Alright. Move out the way. Move. Alright. Make sure you're moving. So do this like if you're in the ring or we're in a boxing gym, make sure you're doing this type of exercises, like you're moving around, right? This is going to build up your defensive IQ, okay? Make sure you practice on your head movement. You're weaving out punches. When you do that, when you do shadow boxing like this, when you do this type of shadow boxing, defensive shadow boxing, because we're not just focused on offensive shadow boxing, we're focused on our defensive shadow boxing. When you mix those two together, you know what I mean, it's up for a lot of these fighters, man. Seriously. So imagine a straight coming. Straight's coming, you're weaving, right? Not only you weaving, you need your footwork too. So you moving out the way. You're moving out the way, okay? If you got to, have your hands up. Weaving, right? Weaving, right? Just weaving, right? Make sure you have good footwork too, right? Right? Slip. Right? If you got to, make sure you do these exercises. Right? There you go. Make sure you do these exercises. Side. Okay? Side. 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 See what I'm saying? Side. It's like, see what I'm saying? Pivot. 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 Okay? Make sure you do those exercises, man. Alright? Then if you want to do it, like if you want, it's going to build up ring IQ, good ring defensive IQ. Your awareness, your IQ awareness. If you have like, if you're near under the ropes, if you're near the rope area, the turnbuckle, whatever you want to call it, if you're near that facility, your legs is gonna do the talking. Okay, you don't just gotta use your footwork just to move back and move back, which is cool. Want to move back, that's cool. But if you want to mix it up, cause not only just moving back, you gotta be aware of what's behind you, cause you can trip over the ropes. Okay, if you're in the ring. So my suggestion is, if you're gonna do this, if you're gonna use this type of footwork, make sure you are aware of your parentheal. Not only your parentheal, you're able to use lateral. You see what I'm saying? Lateral. But if you are using footwork to cut angles like this, right? Or just using footwork to confuse your opponent. You see what I'm saying? Confuse them. All right, do that. You see what I'm saying? And use your head move. That's going to frustrate a lot of fighters, especially the fighters that got longer reach and arm length, and the ones that got hand speed and power. You're going to frustrate a lot of people. Okay, but here's the con of this. I know it sounds good. I know it feels good, but make sure you always have your hands up. Just have your hands up at all times. Okay? But if you see the punches coming already, use your head movement and use your footwork, okay? Use it. Okay? You don't just need head movement, you need footwork as well. Okay, but if you have the two, if you have footwork and head movement, that's like peanut butter and jelly, man. That's like ice cream and cake. You know, that's like butter on cream pie. You see what I'm saying? If you have the footwork and the head movement, because you just can't have head movement and then just be dodging punches. No. You know, don't just be using head movement all day. Make sure you implement the blocks. Make sure you implement the blocks. Okay? Protect the chin. It's okay to have blocks. It's okay to do this, all right? That's going to protect your jaw area, your face, okay, your chin. That way you want to get knocked out. But if you already see the jabs coming from a mile away, you know what I mean? Use the head movement. Use it. Okay? Use it. All right? Now, because if you just have head movement and you just stiff, right? And you just use the head movement, that's a lack of mobility. That's mobility on your chest, your upper body, but what about your lower body? You have mobility on your upper body, but what about the lower body? You need footwork. All right? You need footwork. You need footwork. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna frustrate a lot of opponents. Right? Getting out the way. You see what I'm saying? If you gotta use laterals, do that. You see what I'm saying? Right? Footwork doesn't have to be perfect. But as long as you implement it right, just implement it. Right? So, slip, right? Slip. Pivots. Pivot. Alright? Alright? Ooh. Make sure you do that. Make sure it won't be perfect. Like when you're first doing like the angles of footwork, it's not gonna always be perfect. You see what I'm saying? But make sure, if you can't do that, make sure you just do this, right? Make sure you do this. Getting out the way, laterally, okay? Use that. You don't want to be flat-footed. You do not want to be flat-footed. If you feel like cutting angles like this is hard, if you just feel like cutting angles is basically hard, you see what I'm saying? It's hard. Make sure you just use this type of footwork. See what I'm saying? Or just coming in and coming out. Okay? I'm not flat-footed. I don't teach people just using a flat foot. It's just too slow. You're just too slow, right? Too slow. But if you use a footwork like this, right? It's gonna frustrate a lot of opponents. Okay? It builds up leg endurance. Okay? So I encourage you guys to just use just footwork and head movement, man. Right? Slipping, right? Right? Slipping. Cutting angles. Right? Right? I know it looks cool. This is not to look cool. Alright, you guys that just want to be in the ring and look cool and think you're finna get the women and everything, that's not what this workout is about. If you're doing it to just improve your work ethic, your technique, this is what it's all about. It's about technique. It's about how to use the footwork. It's about how to use the head movement, alright? It's about how to use it. Don't be using head movement for no reason. Because if you just use head movement, right, and you just doing this, that's the kind of just using head movement, right? But if you're just doing this and going forward, like no one can touch you, anybody can touch you. You just gotta know how to use it and implement the head movement, right? So if I see punches coming, if I see straights coming, right, I don't gotta use slips. I can use the roll. You see what I'm saying? I can use the roll, right? And then come back, right? Because once you do that, don't stay right there. Come back. You see what I'm saying? Come back and guard up. Okay? You don't want to make your head a target. You see what I'm saying? You don't. Alright? It's good to use head movement, but you also need footwork. Because when you have footwork, that's really the bread and butter. Because not only you have charge over your lower body, you have charge over your upper body. It's going to be hard for people to hit you. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be hard. See, they don't know where I'm finna hit them. You see what I'm saying? Right? They don't know. That goes into your speed. You see what I'm saying? Your speed IQ. I make the speed IQ up. That's why I call it, because, you know, you're not flat-footed, but you're just aware. You see what I'm saying? So hopefully you guys learn some from this. Make sure you do an exercise. Make sure you do 40 of these. Make sure you do 40 of these. Make sure you do 40 of these. Okay? Make sure you do 40 each. If you are a southpaw, do 40 of the slips. Slip, 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 right? Slip, 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 right? Slip. Okay? Roll, 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 roll. Slip, 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 right? Roll. Okay? Roll. Alright? Do about 40 each. Roll, 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 like Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? The roll, the famous roll is by Mike Tyson. Okay? Roll, roll, roll. Okay? Mike Tyson I can't say Mike Tyson never used to slip. I don't know. I gotta watch his videos, I gotta watch his videos, but I just never seen him use the slip. Slip. Right? Slip, 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 slip. You invading punches, right? Slip, slip, slip. slip, 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 slip. All right. Right. Evade. Do 40 each. Evade, evade, evade. Mix it up with roll, 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 roll. Evade, right? Slip, 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 slip. Right? Do at least 100 or 40 of these, okay? Because you're coming in, coming out, coming in, coming out, come back in, come back out. All right? Now, laterals, okay? Just focus on it, right? Just focus on it. Focus on it. Like I said, first starting off, you're not going to be perfect, but just make sure your heels are off the floor, okay, and just work on it. Okay, just work on it. Heels off the floor. Heels off the floor. Right? Because when you start using your heels, when you start being barefoot and you start using your heels, these fighters going to start being confused. Like, is he going to jab? Like, when is the jab coming? See, when you're doing that, they ain't going to know what's about to happen. So, you want to implement those two. Okay? So, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll make sure I do part 2. Just to keep y'all engaged, man. But we're going to do this last session of this. And then we're going to wrap it, alright? Last session. So, let's go. Roll. Roll. Pivot. Roll. Roll. Pivot. Roll. Pivot. Roll. Pivot. Roll. Alright, now we're going to implement the slips. Alright. Slip. 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 Evade. Slip. Slip. Evade. Slip. Evade. Then you want to pivot after that. Because it doesn't make any sense if you just use head movement, you just use the slips, and then you evade, and then that's it. And then you have no footwork. It's just like Canelo Alvarez. For you guys that know boxing, you know Canelo Alvarez, right? He just used head movement. He doesn't use footwork. Let's just keep it a buck. He doesn't use the good footwork that he has. So you want to make sure you use the footwork and head movement. All right? Because if you're just doing this, you see what I'm saying? And it's just no footwork according to it, it makes no sense. You're going to lose balance. Okay? And then you're going to start becoming barefoot. But one thing I respect about Canelo Alvarez, that's why I implement him, which I got his head movement from him. I just didn't practice on it. But I basically got his head movement from him. But I got my footwork from Whitaker. You see what I'm saying? The lateral, you know what I mean? The laterals, okay? Ooh, 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 ooh. See what I'm saying? When you do that, it's going to confuse a lot of opponents, a lot of fighters. You see, when you're doing the laterals, when you're doing the angle, when you're cutting angles like this, you get less tired. Instead of if you're just doing this, that takes up a lot of stamina. Or doing this takes up a lot of stamina. You don't want to keep doing. You do not want to keep doing that for the rest of the rounds. It's going to tire you out. You're going to lose stamina from that. But if you're just doing this, right, keeping your feet engaged, right, it's okay. You see what I'm saying? Or if you're just cutting angles like this, ooh, just cutting angles. All right, you're gonna lose. It's gonna, you know, you're gonna have more stamina saved. The part if you're just doing this all the time, you just waste stamina like that. So you see what I'm saying? Like you just can't use head movement and then not have footwork as well. So you need both. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna make sure I do part 2. And this is Jakim, aka JK. Till next time I say. And what my name is, what Jakim means, it says, raises up by God. God raises up God elevates. That's what my name means. So until next time, I say peace.